Most of you guys like watching my little barbecue shots, right? Well, this weekend it's not going to be barbecue. I decided to go seafood. Got some beautiful, fresh, local shrimp right here that I just bought. These actually I got from the flea market. There's a family down there that they sell food and they sell seafood, and they usually have shrimp, fresh blue crab, and sometimes some other fish down there too. So I decided to get some, and I haven't done a boil in a while, and these were really nice size shrimp. They're local and they're only $5.50 a pound. So if you go down to Joe Patty's and get these, you're probably going to spend somewhere around $10 a pound, I would imagine. I haven't been down there pricing in a while, but they probably be around $10. So I'm gonna get these cleaned up and deheaded, and might have me a little shrimp boil today. All right, there they are, cleaned up, deheaded, and they're ready to go to boil. So we're gonna use some Conecuh smoked sausage, a little bit of corn, and a few of these red potatoes right here, and some Swamp Fire seafood boil. All right, so let's go get her started. All right, so we got the water going, and it's finally reached temperature. Nice and hot, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and drop my favorite seafood boil in there, Swamp Fire, and I'm going to use the rest of this bag right here. I always use about twice what the bag recommends. I like mine a little bit on the spicy side, but it still doesn't make it too spicy, not in my way. So go ahead and dump her in there. I love that smell. That smell it reminds me of growing up as a kid and as a teenager, because it's the kind of stuff that my family did all the time, especially my dad. He would always do shrimp boils and crab boils for us. So I'm just going to give that a minute just to mix in. It smells good. So what I'll do is I drop the potatoes in first and boil those for about 10 minutes, and then I drop the corn in and go for about another 5 minutes, and so in 15 minutes I'll drop the shrimp in there and let them boil for about 2 minutes, and then shut the fire off. Okay. Potatoes. I don't like lifting the basket out to put things in there because it drips everywhere. That's why I like to just dump everything in. Alright, I'll start my timer. So I'll give those about 10 minutes. We're about 5 minutes in, and I forgot to mention the sausage, so I'm going to go ahead and dump my Conecuh sausage in there now. Patch that up right there, man. I didn't cut the bag right. Alright, corn in. Okay, it's time for some shrimp. There we go. I'll go for 2 minutes. Alright, see it? Alright guys, it's been 2 minutes. Alright, what I'm going to do is just shut the fire off. And what you do from this point is just let them steam. Let them soak, actually. I'm going to let them soak anywhere from somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes probably, and let them just kind of soak in the spices there. That's how I like to do it. There's a lot of different techniques when you get to this point here. Some guys actually prefer to take the pot down and then start hosing it down to cool it down quickly so that it stops cooking the shrimp. A technique that I showed you before is you can dump it all into a cooler and let them steam that way. But I'm just going to let them sit here and soak, and I'll show you what they look like in a few minutes, okay? All right, we've got it. We've let her soak for a good solid 20 minutes. Everything looks good. So let's go ahead and dump these out. I've got a little tray set up right here, and I'll turn the camera a little bit. One thing I do like about say a Harbor Freight welding glove is great for this kind of stuff, barbecuing and handling pots and pans. So that's what I use these for. That's what I was getting at. All right, just trying to get rid of the extra water there. There we go. Now, before the flies start bombarding me, yeah, I think it all turned out pretty good. See, there's one already. You dump this stuff out and they just start coming from everywhere. So, they're still hot. They're a little too hot to handle, come out of that boiling water, but they're going to be easy peelers. So that's what's for dinner, guys. Let me take this in before the flies start eating it on me. You know, I got to finish off this video with a taste test, right? So there's my little afternoon seafood boil right there. Very simple, very easy to do, and you know, I've got plenty of food for dinner tonight and some leftovers for tomorrow, probably for a couple days. But I really just wanted to kind of highlight, you know, it's hard to beat fresh local shrimp, and that's one of the benefits of living on the Gulf Coast where I'm at, is that we have access to the best seafood in the world right here, and the shrimp are just hard to beat here. So this is, you know, there's one of the shrimp that I bought at the flea market. I don't know if I mentioned that. Yeah, I did mention it. Okay, so I hate to have to do this in front of you, but I got to. Excellent. You see that? Easy to peel. A lot of good meat right there. All right, the potatoes. They're not all soft and mushy. You know, they didn't get all over everything. Those are perfect. And then you got your corn. The corn is corn's okay. The reason I say that is because that was just some cheap frozen corn at the grocery store. I didn't feel like going to the store and buying fresh corn, so I just got the frozen stuff. So that's not, when you want to do something like this and impress your friends and family, you go and you buy fresh corn, shuck it, cut it up, and you throw that in there. So corn's okay. But anyway, so there's my little weekend meal right there. And this is something that I learned to do from my dad, actually. You know, we grew up as a seafood family. Dad used to go fishing a lot. He went fishing every week, pretty much, until as he got older, he stopped going as frequently because his health declined and he couldn't really hold up to do it. But Dad was the kind of guy that he'd be out fishing every week, and he would leave me at the shop, to run the shop, and he'd go out fishing for the day, and he'd come back in the afternoon with a cooler full of fish. And we used to go charter fishing a little bit out in the Gulf. And as growing up, we used to do a lot of fishing on the rivers here for brim and crappie and sunshine bass, bluegill, that kind of fish. But he would always go down to like Joe Patty Seafood or someplace and get fresh shrimp and crab and things like that, and we'd just have random seafood boils. I mean, it was just part of our life. That's just what we did. It wasn't a special occasion. We just did it for dinner on a weekend, because that's what he wanted to do. So I got to give it to my dad. He's the one that taught me how to do this, and I'm glad that he showed me, because now I can make some pretty good shrimp to eat. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I get a lot of requests for showing things like this, and it's kind of my pleasure to be able to put it on video there and share it with the world. So anyway, we're gonna go chill out for the rest of the weekend here. It's getting pretty late Sunday. I'm gonna go relax and get ready for the work week. So we'll catch you later, okay?